Hi, I'm Eduardo Norette with Campus Reform. Today we're at American University asking college students if they've been following impeachment. Have you been following impeachment at all?
Not really, no.
No, not really.
Not as much as I would like to.
Not really. I mean, I see it from a little bit just because it's on the news everywhere, but I don't actively follow it.
So have you been keeping up with impeachment at all?
Only when I see pop up on news alerts or when I hear from professors or friends.
A little bit. I read the Washington Post 5-minute fix every morning.
Okay.
No, not really.
Honestly, not really. I keep up on the basic facts, but not in detail, no.
So have you been following impeachment at all?
Not too much.
No, not really.
Why not?
To be honest, it doesn't interest me at all. Honestly, once I see anything regarding impeachment, I just turn my eye, or I change the channel, I change the page. I don't really care, to be honest.
It just seems kind of just it's partisan stuff.
Just been busy lately, and also it's just very toxic, the entire thing surrounding it. So I just try to keep away, honestly, and focus on my own little world and bubble right now.
Sometimes reading the news makes me sad, just because it's super negative.
I'm not very interested.
But this is honestly just a show. It's not actually, because everyone has read everything already, so.
Well, it kind of seems to me that it's just kind of trivial stuff. I mean,
how many times can I read an article that has a heading he's leaving office? There's 1,000 of them. So that's why I don't necessarily put that much effort into it.
The big deal over Trump isn't a major thing for me because I'm a working class student on campus.
So why haven't you been following along?
Well, on top of having a job outside of my classes, I'm a tutor, and I'm also going to start working in a lab soon. So I've just been really busy.
From what I know about it, which isn't very much, it's I feel they're reporting so much for something that I don't think there's that much to report about. At a certain point, you talked about everything you can talk about.
I think I check 3 times a day, just kind of updates. I kind of check in, especially with the senators and if they're going to allow witnesses or not.
I like to stay informed on stuff that I find that's super relevant to me.
It's just that it's hard for me to look at that all the time amongst other things.
Right.
But I try to.
If you had nothing else going on, if you had no class, no work, is it something that you would tune into, or even then, do you think you probably wouldn't pay attention?
No.
So you still, even if you had nothing to do, you wouldn't be following it?
No, not really, because honestly, it's just, I'm not very interested in it, personally.
Based off what you know, based off what you heard, do you think President Trump should be removed from office?
I don't know.
How about you?
No comment.
I think constitutionally, if there's reason for him to be removed, he should be removed, and there was found to be reason, so I think so.
What reason to you comes to mind?
I mean, what was the reason they found obstruction of justice or whatever? Whatever reason that he didn't he? I don't know.
I don't like him. I'm going to be pretty honest. I don't like him at all. I never did. But I don't think he should be impeached for partisan reasons. I think unless the facts are there, then that's the only fair way to do it.
Feels like it should be something that both parties agree on when you impeach someone.
Do you feel, from what you've seen so far, that President Trump should be removed from office?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Why?
He needs to get out of there. Because he's a bad president. He's breaking the law. He withheld aid from Ukraine. He can't do that.
But Ukraine ended up getting the aid. So based on the allegations that they brought forward from the House, what crime do you think he committed that he should be removed for?
Lying to the American people. Apart from the Me Too movement, I think he has harassed a lot of women.
Voter fraud would be one.
What do you mean voter fraud?
Well, we talked about a few years ago the election crisis, right? The stuff with Russia, why so many of the ads were bought in rubles and stuff like that.
I really don't agree with the way he treats people, and I think that most of the decisions that he makes are rash decisions.
The only way to remove Trump and it to be proper and good is if the American people elect him out themselves.
I mean, I do think he should be removed from office.
Why?
Because, of course, he is a corruptible president. We've known.
Removing him by impeachment would just be very decisive and would just cause a lot more problems.
Besides Russia, the fact that he is detaining immigrants along the border, putting them in concentration camps.
Just abuse of his position and in his power and not really following protocol of a president in like many ways.
How so? How would you go about explaining the abuse of power?
Just like making this like executive decisions without getting like all the procedural requirements from the Senate and the House of Representatives. And
Don't a lot of presidents do that? You know, President Obama, President Bush used a lot of executive orders, executive action.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think other people are less guilty. And maybe the impeachment process is kind of making Republicans more stubborn, and maybe it's going to make them go out and vote more just to
I guess we'll have to see.
be more annoying. So we'll see.
Last question for you. I noticed you have a Che Guevara pin. So do you think Che Guevara is a better or worse leader than President Trump?
Well, I think the question should be, do we rely on people to be able to alleviate the material condition? Do you think people trust Che Guevara a bit more?
Che Guevara killed a lot of people. What would you say if President Trump had done a quarter of the things that Che Guevara had done?
Well, I think that even if Che Guevara did kill a lot of people, he was a revolutionary, right?
So it's okay to kill people as long as it furthers your own ideology?
It's okay as long as it benefits the working class people.
Well, thank you for your time. I hope you don't go out and kill anyone.
No, of course.
How's it going? I'm Eduardo Norette with Campus Reform. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to get our latest content, click right here. If you're interested in joining our team as a correspondent or an investigator, click there. And if you want to donate to make sure we can create more great content like this, click right here.